young. That is to you. Yes, so I'm 5,000 years young, and I get to beam in here once a week for Alan. As another aspect of Alan, it's kind of complicated, but for those of you who aren't into metaphysical things, don't worry your pretty little head about it. You've got it covered. All right, so we're going to have a lot of folks calling in tonight. We're hoping we're going to have a lot of folks calling in tonight. Rumor has it that, I don't know, that J Logic or My Worst Enemy might call in. I don't know. We're going to see if they're going to follow through and do what they said they might do. I'm just going to check this to see because I want to make sure we're going to hear these phone calls when they come in. How's everybody doing? Last night was amazing. We got some major work done here in the studio. I was actually kind of sitting off into the corner watching the guys getting their work done, and it was quite festive in here. Those of you who don't know, the format is changing a little bit. We always turn it on at 7, but Alan is in the process of making his EP, and that EP is coming together quite nicely, if I do say so myself. And yeah, they're getting that in, and you may want to join them. What they do is they start the show at 7 o'clock, and then they just keep going. And sometimes they go till midnight, sometimes they go till 2 or 3 or 4. And of course, that's Pacific Standard Time. So if you're 3 hours ahead, I don't think you're going to want to. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you'll want to be on that long. But, if you're in Hawaii and you're 3 hours behind, then perfect, right? We've got LaQuay here in the chat. Ooh, wow. I love LaQuay the Wise. You know, he's been around for a long time, too. So we're kind of enjoying this little 3D adventure here, although I'm not exactly 3D. We won't go into what I am, but I'm many things. 3D is not one of them. So let's talk about that 5D to 7D, okay? Upgrade, hello. Yep. All right, so we're going to have interesting conversations tonight. And, sometimes I might be forced to have to call somebody just because I'm not going to just sit here hanging out and running up the tally on Alan. He's paid me good money for this. So if we're here for another 5 or 6 minutes and someone hasn't called, then I'm just going to have to pick up the phone and call somebody. And I've got a couple things that I need to handle anyway. So let me start with that. Oh, still a little heavy-handed. Let's see here. There are those that need to be spoken to. Let's see here. Let's see here. What's LaQuay talking about? Because it's always something. Okay. Ooh, really? J Logic? Oh, I'm so excited. J Logic, listen, I don't bite. I just want to get to know you a little bit better. Please don't be afraid to call. I will admit that I have thought a couple of times that you might, and but if you don't, it's no pressure whatsoever. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, there's no pressure. I hear doors opening, I hear footsteps, I hear sounds near. Oh, let's see here. We need to figure out who we're gonna call. Oh, no, not them. No, not them. Ooh, I think this would be a good one. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, see, I get all. My Worst Enemy is here. Hello, My Worst Enemy. Are you gonna be calling in at some point? I'm just wondering. I would appreciate it if you consider it. Just consider it. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. But please do tell me how your day is going. And let me know how you feel today. Was it a good day? How are things energetically since things have seemed to be opening up a little bit more around the world? From where I sit, Some things look like they're opening up more. Other things look like they're kind of being shut down a little more, if you know what I mean. But hey, I'm keeping the hands off. I beam in here to do this gig for Alan, and then I beam back up. So tell me, how are you guys all feeling? How was your day? I want to know from LaQuay, and I want to know from My Worst Enemy. And, while we're waiting for people to call in, it's good. I'm ramping up productivity again, making tentative long-term plans has definitely opened as a possibility. Really? And what kind of plans are those? Are you planning on moving out of the country, perhaps, or your state, perhaps? Because a lot of people, can you believe the amount of people that have just up and moved, especially moved out of California? It's incredible. And these are the kind of things, there are so many people that have anxiety about where we are in the world. They don't know how to feel about it. They don't know how to feel about all of the stress and the strain that they're going through. I want to help with that. For anybody watching, and I can see here that there are people here that are not in the chat, but they're going to be they're going to be watching. I want you to call this hotline. Some people aren't chatters; they're not into the chat, but they want to talk on the phone. Call me. I might have a message for you. I might have something to tell you. Let's see what My Worst Enemy is talking about. Well, I don't have any intention of permanently moving out of California, as I have property and business based here, but I do intend to travel much more and visit friends all over the world. Wow, and name 3 other countries where you have close friends, and that would be interesting to hear. You know what, I think I am going to call her because I can't believe she would stand me up this way. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Ooh.
Let me call right now. Hello?
Nina?
Hello? You like, ooh, I forgot. I'm running my mouth without the let me call right now.
I mean, my goodness, I can't even believe. Oh, hold on one moment, Nina. Hold on. Hello?
Did you just call me by accident?
Yes, but you're on the Epiphany hotline. I butt dialed you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I was just actually watching your little Epiphany ad telling everyone to call in.
Oh, well, I see that you have called in, but I've got Nina on the other line. Can I call you in about 10 minutes, Lisa? I would love to talk to you.
Oh, God. I'm just in the middle of recording something, but I thought you needed me.
Oh, well, I always need you, but I'll let you go for now, and then we'll see if I can book you for the next time we do the show, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, sweetheart.
I love it. It's great.
Take care. I love you.
Love you too.
Knock them dead in the studio, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay. All right, bye.
Yeah.
Nina?
Yeah.
You left me hanging.
You know what? I was on this damn phone with my sister still running my mouth talking about you and all this stuff y'all talking about. And I just told her, I said, don't let me forget I got to call in. Okay, you want me to call right now?
No. We're on the phone now. You're actually on the show, and you're my first caller. So let's get going with some questions here.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Well, hold on for a moment. I've got to figure out how to. Oh goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on for a moment, because, when we're doing streaming, and we were talking about streaming earlier, weren't we, Nina?
Right, we were talking about streaming.
So now that's what we're doing right now. We are streaming, and so what's going on is I'm on the phone with you, but all of my viewers are seeing Epiphany here, you know what I mean? On the hotline, talking to you, and I don't know if you've seen Epiphany. Have you seen Epiphany?
The one that you sent me?
Yeah, did you see her?
Yes.
With the pink hair?
Yeah, I've seen it,
Would you wear that hairdo?
Maybe.
Good answer. Okay, so well, I want to read here because one thing that we do when we have the streaming is we've got the chat here, and I always want to be paying attention to what people are talking about. So I had asked I My Worst Enemy, which is one of the people here in the chat, what he's planning on doing. Is he planning on doing any traveling? He said he might be traveling to Thailand, Germany, Japan, and Korea, which is a place, Korea, somewhere I'm thinking about traveling. Definitely want to do an Asian tour, and I've never been to Europe. That's on the menu. Oh, great. And we've got G. Savory here that's just hopped on. Hello, hello. How's your day going? Everybody's just greeting each other. So, Nina, I first want to talk about the big news that's happening right as the coronavirus is easing up. Tell us about Nina's Lounge and Maverick's Flat, and this amazing story of how that came into your, how you came to take this really famous institution over.
Well, first of all, it was just chance met opportunity, and I was able to come across and get this famous historic landmark. And as my friend called it, he said, Nina, you have did a resurrection on the old famous Maverick Flat. So basically, a friend of mine gave me a chance to be able to come in and take over the old venue and able for me to be able to revamp it. And
now, Nina, before you go too much into kind of what's going on, and everyone, I don't think you quite, again, we're bringing some really high quality people to the show for you to hear what's going on all over the world, but specifically today, right here in South Central. One of the great venues of South Central has been taken over by Nina. Nina, tell us a little bit of the rich history of Maverick's Flat.
Maverick's Flat has been around since 1966. Mm-hmm. A lot of legends have performed there, as far as Marvin Gaye, Tina Turner, Ike, The Temptations, Funkadelic. A lot of people have got their start there at the Maverick Flat, way before my time. Yes. It's legendary. Now it's been named a historic landmark due to the fact that all those people performed there. It goes all the way back, like I said, to 1966. And it's a lot of history there at the Maverick Flat.
So
a lot of comedians have got their start there.
Right, and I know Red Fox, right, was one of the people that was a regular at Maverick's Flat. Was that correct? Red Fox.
Right. Yeah, Red Fox. Richard Pryor.
Right, Richard. Yeah.
A lot of stories I've heard about people, that was up in the entertainment industry back then, that everybody used to come through the Maverick Flat.
Right. Yeah, and it was really one of maybe 4 venues. The truth of the matter is that back in the 60s, when these venues really were coming online, you had segregation still. You had the separation and of communities of based on color. And Maverick Flats was one of those places where black people could go hear the music that they heard on the radio live. Now, and that's correct, right, Nina?
Correct.
So they would hear the music on the radio, and then this was one of the venues where they could go and see that band, whether it was a Motown act or whether it was a, Warner Brothers Epic, whatever. They could go see this band at Maverick's Flat.
Correct, right. They said it became a celebrity hangout spot.
Right.
With a lot of celebrities that came through there. Marlon Brando, Steve McQueen, Also, they said that it was like the Apollo of the West.
Right. Right. And so congratulations. How about a major historic institution has fallen into your lap? So tell us a little bit about that. How did that happen? I mean, that's an interesting story in and of itself.
Well, yeah, like I said, a friend of mine, gave me an opportunity to take part in having this historical venue fall into my lap and blessed me with it. And I just went in and just, stepped out on faith and had a vision and was able to take it to the next level, and here I am right now with it,
And the first, I'm sorry, go ahead, Nina.
I've been working on it actually for the last 6 months or so. Went in and completely, revamped the whole place and turned it into Beverly Hills on the Crenshaw Boulevard Strip.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's truly beautiful. It's interesting because that was the first thing I noticed. It's really interesting how the universe works because I was driving down Crenshaw going, I don't know what I was doing. I was driving, I think I was going to the bank right there, the Chase right there on Vernon and the Crenshaw. And I drove past and I looked over, I said, somebody's taking over Maverick's flat. And then I saw Nina Rosa. No, it's Nina Rose. Okay, Nina Rose, and I was like, oh. And then I just, you'd see it, and because you put the roses in the window and everything. By the way, really great job marketing yourself because it caught my eye. And just kept going, and then out of nowhere, you call me, and then I end up over there. And the first thing I've got to say, Nina, is the room that you have finished. Because, ladies and gentlemen, obviously Maverick's flat is, I didn't know it was 2 stories, but the first story is the historic venue. But Nina has gone in and completely renovated the upstairs area. I mean, this is an epic party space. And it also has a veranda. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, it's Nina Rose. Wait, what's the full name of what we have upstairs, Nina?
It's Nina Rose, which is a private club, private lounge that I created. Maverick Flat is downstairs, but Nina Rose is upstairs.
Yeah, and I've never seen so much marble. All I saw was marble. I said, my God, I mean, it was just crazy.
Well, you know what? I wanted to bring a different feeling. I wanted the people to know that you can still be in the neighborhood and feel like you are on Rodeo Drive.
Things are really...
So it was a mix between Beverly Hills, Las Vegas.
Right.
It's just a whole nother feel. Everyone that comes here is like, oh my God. It's like, I feel like I'm somewhere else. I don't feel like I'm on Crenshaw Boulevard.
Well, and I didn't either. What's great about streaming, as we were talking about earlier, because I was making a little epiphany. I was giving Nina an epiphany earlier about streaming. So one of the things that's great is that already one of the people here, one of our dear family members here on the Allen Show, is asking how much to rent for private events, Nina.
Well, we charge $1,000 an hour with a 5-hour minimum.
So you're looking, and let me just say, now does that come with alcohol?
No, that's
Okay.
not with alcohol. That's just the venue itself. Anything else as far as tables, furniture, all that
Right.
stuff is extra.
Right.
It's just the venue itself.
So this is a beautiful menu. Menu. That too. Beautiful menu and a beautiful venue. And when I was standing there, it's interesting because I felt like I was in a dream, Nina, when I was standing there on the veranda looking out onto Crenshaw Boulevard with the car wash on the other side. I stopped to think about all of the business that you're going to get because right there in front of us, the brand new Metro right there. Did you think about that when you were taking over the Mavericks flat? That you had that amazing, just right there. The train station is practically at your front door.
Right. You know what? Actually, when I started the project, I just had my mind focused on the project because you know what? I more than anything about the project with me, I like to take nothing and turn it into something. That's what I was mainly focusing on was just really getting in there, coming up with my ideas and my strategies and what I'm gonna do, and you know, and then later on, everything else started falling in place. Like, you know, me and you talked about a lot of other different things that, you know, we have wanted me to do. And, you know, every day something is coming new with the place, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, we're getting ready to shoot something over there on Monday and Tuesday, you know. So doors are opening up on every different level with the place. It's not just being utilized just for party venue. It's open for film shoots, movie shoots, birthday parties, baby showers. It's all kind of different things are coming to me in regards to this place, and everybody that comes by there it just falls in love with the place.
Well, there's nothing not to fall in love with. It's beautifully done. For everyone who now, Nina, why don't you let everyone know how do they get a hold of? I mean, do they just call you, or do they, if they want to book the Mavericks flat or Nina Rose, how would they find you online, or how would they? Can you give us a little information for all of the people that are here streaming?
We are on Instagram, Nina Rose, NINAROZA 247 on Instagram. Also, I do have a number that they can call if they wanted to book.
Okay.
It's 213-247-6433 as well.
And why don't you repeat that one more time, Nina, just for those that were grabbing their pins out. Everyone, this is the phone number, and this is, for this amazing venue in the historic Mavericks Flat. The part that is finished now is the upper portion, the upstairs area, which has been beautifully renovated. And I think I even saw a stripper pole up there. Did I see a stripper pole up there?
Well, that was for someone had an event here when you came.
Okay.
So of course, but I mean, what happens is that every time someone comes in, it's a different setup. It's a different. It's like a movie set. Whenever one comes in, it's always changed.
Right, and the great thing too that I noticed is that the way you have your beautiful white leather furniture there, it's modular, so you can move your seating around. You can have it in different configurations. It's just really well thought out. I must commend you. You did a great job.
Right. Everything is interchangeable. I wanted to make it just like a movie set. You know, you go in and you just go in and create and design how you want it to be for whatever you're doing. You know, we also have the outside patio, as you've seen, with grass couches and overlooking the city. Also, we have a 300-inch screen that we project at nighttime with videos and movies. We also do movie night there as well. We shot, when Coming to America came out, we watched it there on the 300-inch screen outside overlooking the city.
Nice. Very nice.
It's just a different feeling, you know. I wanted to be able, like I said, to have something right here in the inner city, in the neighborhood, where we can feel like we're sitting on Sunset Boulevard. We're sitting in Hollywood. We're actually right here.
It feels like, you know, do you remember Roxbury? Do you remember that?
Yeah, back in the days, yeah.
Back in the day. So it feels like sitting on that little deck overlooking Sunset Boulevard right there, Roxbury, because it's got the kind of hill, kind of like where you're up. You know what I mean? And, you know, at some point, Nina, I'm going to have you over to my place because if you think you've got a view, I'm off planet. So you're going to be looking down and seeing everything from an interstellar position. And I think you're going to really love it. I want to also think, it's going to be wonderful. And I too have a deck, but I think the view there. I've always wanted to have a beautiful home on the ring of Saturn. You know what I'm saying? It would be wonderful to have on one of the asteroids, you know. And I know several developers that are building some really incredible things out there in Saturn. I want to welcome Good Society LA to the chat. My name is Epiphany, and I am an aspect of Alan. 5,000-year-old interdimensional goddess that is willing to answer questions. And I just love to talk to people, beings from all over the universe, all over different star systems. And today I have beamed in for Alan. And don't we love Alan? Don't you love Alan? I mean, isn't he wonderful, Nina?
Oh yes, he's wonderful.
Oh,
I love Alan.
And you know, he had nothing but great things to say about you. I want to just get all the good information. One thing I want to mention, everyone, let's just say you wanted to do a farmer's market, or you wanted to do, I don't know, you wanted to do like a little festival or something. Talk about this huge parking lot right on Crenshaw Boulevard that is right adjacent to your to Maverick's flat, Nina.
Right, I have a 9,000 square foot parking lot adjacent to the club. That's large in size, and it's really an asset because a lot of people don't have places to park. So yeah, I mean, it could be farmers market. I mean, you know, it could be a movie, you know, shooting a movie outside on the wall where you can actually see videos. Actually, someone did call about doing a farmer's market. There are, you know, vendors.
Yeah.
It's never ending what can be done over there.
It's really, really huge. And I've got, I'm My Worst Enemy seems to be very interested in your venue. You know, did you, I'm My Worst Enemy, were you able to take down Nina's phone number? Because I think the two of you might want to have a conversation. He's very interested in your parking lot as well. Nina, do you have a price point for what you're renting the or do you know what your
not right offhand, but you know, we can come up with something.
Okay, so then what I would suggest, what I would suggest is that you, Nina, one more time, why don't you give me a thumbs up when you got your pin ready, enemy, and then I can connect the two of you. So we'll get you, your, okay, great. So one more time with your phone number, Nina.
It's 213 247
6435. And that is the phone number for the brand new, I'm gonna call you a mogul of the legendary venue, Maverick's Flat. Look it up. Everyone who is anyone that is African American and many other races. I believe Cheech and Chong also. Had you heard about that, Nina? Cheech and Chong, I believe, had a residency at Maverick's Flat at one point.
Oh, they did? Okay.
I believe so. They did so many, because you know, one of the things that we know is that when it comes to testing out material, you don't want to test it out on people that are going to just glad hand you. You want to test it out on people that are going to tell you the truth, right? So if you bring it to the black community, they're going to tell you the truth, because if it's not happening, they're going to be looking at you like you're crazy. Okay, and I've seen it too many times. You know, it's really funny. I've been on so many stages across the galaxy, but one of the hardest cities to crack is New York. I remember coming out, and I never worry because I know I'm going to bring it. And actually thinking of bringing it, I've decided, I told Alan that I would play and sing a little bit, one of his songs. And so would you like to hear that, Nina?
Sure.
Penthouse in the sky. Oh, a mansion with a view. Oh, I thought those things mattered. Oh, really, 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 really wish I knew. Oh, for you.
Gosh.
Oh, oh, when you lose your one love, nothing else will do, will do. One love, oh baby, don't lose your one love. Oh, oh, 'cause no love, no love. Oh, sweet baby, it's like your one love. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, thank you so much, Nina, for letting me get that off my chest.
Oh my God, you were amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, we
Yes.
do our little thing, and like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun there at Mavericks Flat. One of the things that Nina and I have been talking about quite a bit is how we can put our heads together and really bring streaming to Mavericks Flat. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes. We're trying to put a blueprint together to see how we can make that happen.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. You know, Nina, I am looking here, and it looks like I've got another call coming in, our next caller, but man, I think everyone needs to give Nina a huge round of applause. I'm going to give it to her. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, I'm going to do it for her.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nina, for coming on and bringing us all of this history. And of course, I'm looking forward to getting together and discussing further about Mavericks Flat. Everyone, don't forget, Mavericks Flat is being completely renovated. She's already renovated one part of it, the upstairs part, which is now called Nina Rose. You can rent it for events. She also has a huge 9,000 square foot parking lot, which you can use for your festivals, outdoor events, right on Crenshaw Boulevard, right there where the metro comes, right there in front of it. So you might want to give Nina a call. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Nina.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon, and have a good rest of your night.
Yes, you too.
Good night.
Good night, bye-bye.
Oh my God, Nina is amazing, everyone. And just think about, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we've got, hold on.
Call from
Enemy Prime.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, let's see here.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, is this Enemy?
This would be Enemy.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Correct.
God, and I love the way your voice sounds, Enemy, already.
Oh no.
So tell me
I see you struggling with the phone there a little bit.
No, I've put the phone down because I just don't want to have any obstructions while I speak to you. No, really. First of all, I want to thank you for being such a huge, well, you've been there for Alan, and I want to just thank you so much because Alan deserves it. He's so talented, as we all know, and he's got a good heart, and he deserves to have good people around him. So thank you so much for being so supportive of him.
It's been a pleasure, watching you guys grow your stream. Your talent is undeniable. So it's been a pleasure watching you work. Watching Alan work, I should say, and having Epiphany on a regular basis is also definitely a pleasantry. And hey, Gerard, how you doing, buddy? I love it. Alan's brother is awesome too. He's got a great vibe. So does Robin. They're both amazing. I'm glad they have each other as well.
Yeah, I I would love to ask you a few questions if you don't mind, because we're always looking to get more information here at the show. And, we're just starting out, but I've got two questions for you. One question is, and I just love being able to give Alan, just really usable things that he can use to make the show better. First of all, what is it that brings you to the show night after night? That's the first half of the question. And then, if there could be anything that you could think of to make the show better, what would that be? So I would love to hear that from you. And anyone else in the chat that has answers to those questions, please feel free to put that in the chat. But go ahead, let me know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that kind of keep me coming back. One is the genuine interaction, right, and the consistent interaction. I would say, it's you're very Alan and Alex, or everyone involved, Robin and Gerard too. You're all very attentive towards chat, which is it's grounds for having people come back, right? You acknowledge everyone who wants to be acknowledged, and it's a great vibe, and it also seems very authentic and genuine, and then there's the obvious, the music's amazing, there's a lot of things that you have going for you that are great, and that's why I'm always here, and also you guys got a lot of values that I have in common, like spirituality, personal development, all that stuff, all that good stuff, right? So I look for those things specifically in when I'm watching streams.
Okay, so now you've talked about the things that you like, which thank you very much. Alan, and for those of you who don't know, you can speak as if it's me, because I'm just another aspect of Alan, but I have to be beamed in interdimensionally. I'm a much older aspect of Alan. I'm the feminine aspect, and he has to listen to me when I share things, because he knows that I know best. Hello. So, yes, I make sure that he's on point. Because,
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I agree with you there. So.
Yeah, and what's exciting too is that here on Earth, because I'm watching it from beyond the Van Allen belt there, looking down, I can see that women are finally starting to get their due down here. Men are still a little uncomfortable with it. How are you feeling? I would love to know, how are you feeling about all of this? I mean, you're seeing the Me Too, you're seeing the different things. How are you feeling about all of the things that you're seeing going on in the world? I've noticed that you have a pretty strong point of view, so I would love to hear about that, what you're seeing in the world right now. What do you see?
I mean, I come from a background, my father is an activist. I've grown up around political activists, civil rights activists, educators, politicians and all that. So I've always been on the progressive side of things, what they call progressive or liberal. But for me, that should be the norm, right? I don't really see it as progressive or liberal. It's like, this is where we should be, and then we just go from there, right? And so, women, in my mind, I always actually saw women as much more powerful and valuable in a lot of ways than men. That comes from a lot of different things in my life, but I've suffered a lot of different situations in my life that always kind of put women above men in my opinion. So I've always been on that side. I'm just happy that they're finally, at least we're moving towards some equality. I don't want to say true equality, because there's a lot of complications right now, with race and politics, and but we're starting to acknowledge the people who should be acknowledged, right? And we're starting to move that direction.
And I want to go into that a little bit. I want to go into that with you just a little bit, because I'm remembering now that you were talking about having been around and that Angela Davis, that some of the other luminaries.
I don't know them personally. My dad knows them. I'm from San Francisco. I'm third generation San Francisco. So my family's been here for all the stuff, all the activism, all the music, all the cool stuff, right? Mm-hmm. All the things that they're known for.
Right.
And they were like hippie activists. So, yeah.
Right.
But my dad actually went to, he said he took like a class, I forgot, it was a law class with Angela's sister. Mm-hmm. And then so they would hang out on the weekends and shit in Oakland, mm-hmm. With Angela and, what's her name, Vonna Davis, I believe is her name. Mm-hmm. But he always talks about how Vonna used to call him Brother Dan. My dad's name is Dan Gonzalez, but she used to call him Brother Dan. you know, we're Filipino, we're dark, and he was an activist, so he kind of earned his clout, so to speak. So, you know, and he's working with, you know, I've gotten the privilege of working with a couple of Black Panthers, and one called, his name is Roger Alvarado, and he was actually the leader of the, what they call the Third World Liberation Front, which was a unification of the Black Student Union, Latino student, Latino, I forgot what they call, La Raza Studies, the Native Student Union, and the Asian Student Union. So he was actually their spokesperson throughout the whole civil rights thing, and I got the privilege of talking to him a lot and working with him on a couple things. So
I saw a little bit of footage of you. I don't know how I saw that, but I noticed that you have a really great beard, and you know, you were rocking.
what?
Did I see?
did-
Huh?
Where did you see that?
But you do have a beard, right?
What? How did you see? I mean, what footage is this? Where is
I
it?
don't know. It was weird. How did I see? Where did I see that? I saw it. You were walking. I think you were IRLing. Was that you? Where do you ever?
I don't think. I don't think I. How? I don't know.
Were
I
you
don't
walking?
know.
Were you walking somewhere and kind of streaming? Was that you? Did I get you mixed up with someone else?
It might be somebody else. No, was it recent? Because I definitely wasn't streaming recently.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes
It's all right, but I do have a beard on occasion, but like, you know, I don't stream. I don't really stream. I'm not like talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of cool people, and you know, including you, but I'm not talented or as experienced as anybody, the people that you know.
Well,
so I don't.
wait a minute.
I never make myself the focus of attention.
Well, you're the focus of my attention right now.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Okay. Well,
You're making me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. You're making me nervous.
Oh, are you? Oh, I don't know why. I'm just simply. I'm thrilled to be on the phone with you. You know, I want to talk about esoteric things. Are you ready to talk about esoteric things?
I love to talk about all that, all the fun stuff.
Okay, so talk to me about who your favorite esoteric authors are, because I'm very interested in this, because we've been kind of stepping around it a little bit on the chat, but let's get down and dirty with it.
Well, honestly, like I really don't read that much. I barely read. Like, I'll read articles and I'll converse with people about topics, but I don't really read. Most of my knowledge just comes from talking to other people and my own experiences. So I'm not really that well versed on specific texts.
Talk to me.
I'm aware of certain figures and certain schools of philosophy or thought and magic, and religions as well, but not specific texts. I'm not familiar with.
Oh, okay. Talk to me about magic. Talk to me about what you know of magic and what you believe and what has attracted you. Because I've seen you talk about it in the chat a few times.
So, I mean, I studied it started off with, like, my parents were hippies, first of all, so they've had, like, out-of-body experiences, a lot of spiritual things. They've seen ghosts, you know, and it runs through my family. That even their grandparents have taught them about these weird interactions and these things that are inexplicable, essentially. So I've always been curious since I was a child, and as soon as I could, I would read. You know, I don't remember what the books were, but I would read about different religions. Like, you know, at first I started off with Christianity and Islam and Judaism, and then. And I was like, you know, there are mystical things about all of these things, right? There are inexplicable experiences that people have had that make them believe usually, right? There's usually something that really pushes people towards these things. And so I started studying different incidents. Go ahead. Sorry.
What I want to know is, have you had a mystical experience? Have you yourself
I've had a lot of weird shit happen to me, so to speak.
Well, I want to hear about that. I don't want to hear. I mean, obviously, you know, we can hear about all the things that are one step over, but I want to hear about you and your own experiences. And I want to hear one other thing. Are you Black and Filipino? Are you all Filipino? What are you, you know, not that it matters, but I'm just curious.
Pure Filipino.
You're
I'm
pure
straight
Filipino.
up Asian Filipino.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now you were telling us some of the weird experiences. I'm very curious to know.
Well, okay, so when I was like I did not have a good childhood. Like, it was very abusive. I'm not gonna lie. It was very abusive. It was very, very dark. You know, I so much so that I can't remember most of it. But there was I remember like laying in my room at night, right, and mind you, like I come from a very I excel mostly at science and math,
Okay.
and so a lot of my thought process comes from there. I kind of test things out a lot to see where things come from. So I'm always rooted in reality. So there were some nights where like full moon or like bright moon shining through the blinds, and I'd be laying in bed, probably not in a good mood. But then I would see something like kind of swirling around the room, and I was like, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, and then just like being weird. But I was like, I looked from one part of the room to the other because your eyes can adjust, right? You can kind of make your eyes adjust, and you can see things more clearly when there's a gradient of light, right? So I would do that, but I was like, there's this weird dark spot like floating there, and I was like, and then it started moving around, and I was like, that's not right, like that doesn't make sense. And then it started like floating over me, and I was like, well, I don't know how I feel about this. At the time, like I didn't really like comprehend what was going on.
Right.
But I was more curious than anything, right? And I was just like, what do you want from me? And they're like, I want you. And I was like, and I heard it, and I was like, that's not right. That's definitely not cool. Like I was like,
Wow.
I just put the covers on, and I was maybe like 7 or something. And I was like, I just put the covers on my head. I was like, nope, fuck that. I'm good. like leave me alone, dog.
So now that you're, and if you don't mind my asking, you're how old now?
I'm 36.
Okay, so you're 36 years old. You remember this experience obviously very vividly because this was a major epiphany, maybe, or
that's not even. That's like a slight. That's like there are other situations. So like I had in the same, I think it was the same entity or whatever. But I had a dream once. You know how you get like sleep paralysis and all that?
Yes, I do.
I had a dream once, and this thing was chasing me, and I didn't know what it was. And it was like some weird, like omnipotent, something energetic, something like an energy, right? And in my dream, but I was kind of half awake, so I knew it was a dream, but I couldn't get out of it, right? Like I knew I was dreaming, but it was just happening. And eventually, like I was running, and then I stopped and I faced it, and some kind of like weird demonic floating head stopped, and I was like, I yelled at it. I was like, what do you want? And mind you, I'm trying to move and wake up this whole time. Like I'm like, I can't move, I can't do anything, and I can barely breathe. And then I was like, what do you want? And he's like, I want you. And just like that thing, that other night, the dark thing. And then so I was like, fuck that. So I just tensed up as hard as I could, and I yelled at the top of my lungs, or what I perceived in my dream. But in real life, I wasn't yelling at all. I wasn't moving, right? So I was just tensing up. And then so like eventually like I let out like a tiny squeak in real life, and then I eventually snapped myself out of it. I just brute forced it essentially, and I never had sleep paralysis after that.
And you were how old when this happened?
It's hard to say because my childhood is very scuffed.
I mean, are we talking
but maybe like I want to say like 9, 10, maybe.
9 or 10. So you were a little older than the one that you first described. It's very, very interesting. One of the things that I had the privilege of working with a very high spiritual adept who happened to be my personal therapist, who did inner child work. I want to ask you: are you resonating with the theme, the inner child work theme that we have going on the show? Are you noticing it, and are you resonating with it?
I've been meaning. I think that's one of the reasons that keeps me coming back for sure. Is I do definitely resonate with it 100%. And you guys have touched on it kind of lightly, with both you and Alex. You've been talking to each other and making discoveries, improving your relationships, not only other people but yourselves and each other. And I'm in the same place, a lot of different discoveries, working through a lot of this inner child work and things like that.
Yeah, one of the things that I was in group therapy with my therapist, who I cannot rave enough about. And by the way, if you're ever interested in doing some serious inner child work, which it sounds like, I think everyone can benefit from it, because I think that no parent is going to do everything right, and even the slightest thing that they may not even remember can really fuck a kid's life up. But for those of us that went through, severe, whether it was abuse or whether it was neglect or whatever, dealing with that, sometimes you need a little helping hand to get you through it. And then there's another thing that both Alex and I actually cannot rave enough about called soul retrieval. Have you heard of soul retrieval?
I mean, I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it at all.
You've never done it. You've never done the process
No.
of soul retrieval. It really isn't that complicated, but it's incredible how you can go back and you can reclaim your little shattered soul from scenes that you remember from when you were very, very young. And this is a technique that, on the surface, it seems so silly. But when you're like picking yourself up off the floor and you've got snot and tears and you don't even know where you are because you actually went back to that experience. And so if you ever want to talk about that kind of stuff, we can chat offline. But you know, one of the things that when you start dealing with dark entities and things like that, sometimes one of the things we talked about in group circling all the way back to when I first started responding to all this is that I found that a lot of the people in the group therapy that were dealing with severe abuse did experience dark entities around them when they were children. It's very interesting. I just wanted to agree with you there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I had no idea. That's kind of like validating in a way, right? Almost reassuring. I don't want to say reassuring. I don't know if that's the right word. But, you know, that's interesting.
Well, I can understand why it might be reassuring because it always helps to know that other people are going through what you've been through or what I've been through and that we're not the only ones. But it totally makes sense, and I'm going to break this down to you the best way that I can. One of the things that we need to always remember is that every single thing is energy. And I mean everything. Nothing is solid, even though it may look solid. And we understood this, and we've been hearing this, and we've been hearing this more and more and more from scientists, and we've been hearing it from all sorts of different TV shows and stuff and clips on YouTube and all of that. But really accepting that everything is energy at your core level, at your fundamental level, is very important for going into the era that we're going into right now. And at some point, I'm going to go into that, but I just want you to resonate with what I'm saying right now, and I think you'll understand what I'm talking about, okay? It's very, 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 very important that we become more fluid and that we allow ourselves to kind of go with the flow. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
What is up? We're getting up towards the end of the show, and I want to know, what are you doing that you're excited about? What are you doing in your life that you wake up in the morning and you're like, yes, I'm ready to whatever.
Honestly, I've been working on this company for like 4 or 5 months now.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I wanted to do a long time ago. At least 5 or 6 years ago, and I wasn't in the right place to do it then. I had more financial means back then, but I wasn't mentally prepared. I wasn't, to be frank, I've been suicidal most of my life, and so now, just last year, towards the end of the year, the first time I actually like myself, like I actually see the future for myself, and I see something that I want to do, and then so I came back to this idea of, mental health has been such a big thing for me. I want to help other people with their mental health, and that's what I'm excited for, is to be able to contribute on that level, and beyond that. You know, once you're working with your mental health, what do you do with it, right? Now that you've done the internal work and all that stuff, like what do you do beyond that? And so the basis of the company I'm working on is really helping entrepreneurs and creatives with the foundation of mental health, and then using that kind of that foundation to create original things and businesses with mindfulness involved, with mindfulness as a priority, right? Create new opportunities and art and all that with mindfulness.
How are you interfacing with other? So this is kind of a business to business that you're doing, or is this more of a business to the community, or? And kind
it's for individuals, essentially. It's for aspiring individuals, mostly people who are struggling. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that a lot of people that I work with or follow or even just, for example, you guys, you fit certain criteria that I'm looking at. I'm either looking at your potential or how you use your creative flow, how you use your spirituality and things like that. And so I'm kind of cherry picking the first bunch of people that I work with, and it's been going very well. Everything's not gone well, but the people that do reciprocate the energy that I'm putting out, it's been very fruitful, to be honest. So
It sounds.
I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited about it.
It sounds very fascinating, and I want to just extend, certainly myself and Alan, anything that we can do to help you. This, we hope, is a safe space. Open. We know we're opening up every weeknight at 7 o'clock. For anyone that you want to have come on for some good vibes and some vibes that are going to always be kind and loving, unconditional love. We would love to. Hold on one moment. I am so sorry.
Sure.
One moment. Okay, hold on. Hello.
So, Alan.
Hey, are you downstairs? Okay, just so you know, you're live on my TV show, so you may not want to say anything that you may not want the whole world to hear.
It's okay.
Okay.
All is well. I just no problem.
Okay, so
Okay.
are you coming by, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna come by, but I'm on my way back from Staples picking up pictures and whatnot. So I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and do your show.
Yeah, swing by. Okay, talk to you later. Swing. Okay, bye. And Balin,
What's up?
I have no idea why in the world I took that call, but I took it, and so now I'm back on the phone with
Who
you.
was that?
You have no idea, enemy. You have no idea how many phone conversations I had to have on your behalf because someone didn't like the fact that you were calling yourself my worst enemy. Anyway, it's over. It's over now. But I have
really?
to set them straight. Yeah, it's whatever. Some people don't always understand humor. Listen. Again, what I was saying is anything that the Allen Show that we can do to help you with your wonderful mission of helping those that are mentally that are mentally challenged. Is that politically correct? Mentally challenged? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. Okay, tell me. Okay, please teach me what I should be saying. Okay, please.
Somebody said it. I forgot who I was listening to, but somebody said it recently. It's about mental illness. It's people who are trying to better their mental health, right? They're trying to take better care of their mental health, right? Have better, maybe, I don't know, who are maybe, I don't know what's the best wording. You got anything, Alex?
So is it mental health issues, or is it, what's the best way, because I don't want to make a mistake, so tell me what I should be.
People who are, I'm trying to help people who are struggling with their mental health, or people who are not familiar with how to improve their mental health, their mental well-being, their overall wellness, really, because it's all tied together, whether you want to, your social, your physical, your spiritual, your mental, it's all the same thing. So, they're all directly related,
Absolutely.
So, you can't have a healthy any of those without all of them being healthy, right? So, whatever you want to call it, wellness. Technically I am a wellness coach. It's something that I became certified for a couple months ago, but, people who are struggling with their overall wellness is kind of something.
Yes.
That's a phrase that I've been using a little bit.
Well, listen, it's been fascinating. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for calling in, and you have been really, really an eye-opener for me. I always love to hear people that are actually out there on the front lines, not just talking about it, but doing it. I was actually talking to Kwekwe about that earlier this week, about how we need to not just be talking about it, we need to be doing it, correct?
100%.
So,
there's this whole thing, if you don't mind me talking for a little bit.
No, absolutely not. No.
But I wanted to touch on, I've been wanting to have a conversation with everyone about the idea of positive thinking and manifestation, right? This is a very trending topic, right? It's a very it's a selling topic. It's a very buzzword, especially manifestation. And I assume you guys are a little bit more well versed than the average person, but there's this idea that I just got to be positive and think positive, and good things will happen to me, right? And that is such horseshit, right? Because you cannot manifest positivity solely through thought, right? You can't just, I'm gonna be good, and so I'm gonna be good, right? Like, I'm great. I think I'm great, so I'm great, right? There has to be action associated with the thought, right? There has to be a vision, at least a vision, and then usually you want to have a plan, and then you have to follow through with action, right? And so, but there is this kind of really shallow mentality of like, I just got to be positive. And also, like, if you're an asshole, like, you're not great, right? Like, there's a lot of people out there who think like, oh, I just got to be saved by the haters, and I'm just so cool and great. Like, that's all I got to do to be positive. It's like, no, you're a dick. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you gotta be good. You have to have your energy has to be in alignment with the universe, and then your actions have to be in line with your energy, right? So there's a lot more to it than just being positive. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a tangent, but speaking on trying to help people and people empowering themselves and being educated, like there is, I tend to get a little frustrated with the trends of the buzzwords and whatnot.
I'm seeing, and I acknowledge that, and I think I definitely see where you're coming from, but I must say, and I think you and I could sit down and have a 5-hour conversation about all of these things because it's just a fascinating conversation. But I'm starting to see the world. I'm starting to see the world come into view that I have been talking about for about 6 or 7 years. I've been talking about these things coming, and now they're here for you. I think that the defining kind of overarching thing that is going on right now is that there is a great split amongst the human race, and I'm calling it this way. I'm saying those that are seeking truth and those that are not seeking truth.
There's a fine line, though, But I mean, in my opinion,
I
there's a
don't
lot.
know if
Like
it
I
is.
just said,
I don't
there
know
are
if it is
people
a
who
fine line.
operate under the guise of seeking truth, but when the truth doesn't serve them right, they may not like it.
Listen,
right?
But that's what I'm saying. Again, listen very closely because it's very subtle. Those that are seeking truth and those that are not seeking truth. Even if it's inconvenient and it's not what you want, or the one that you wanted to win didn't win, or whatever, you know the truth. You in your heart know the truth. I mean, now, some people are starting to debate me and say, I don't know if everybody really knows the truth, but I think there is a knowing inside. I mean, I would love to know what you think. Don't you think that most of us are at least aware of the version of the story that most have agreed? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, right.
I mean, but the people are constantly running from it, though, right? There are people who don't want it to be true,
but that's
or
what I'm
looking
saying.
for every reason for it not to be true, right?
But we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing, enemy. What I'm saying is this, okay? I'm saying there are those that can look at what they don't want to see and because guess what? If you were a Democrat, you didn't want to see 3 Supreme Court justices, right? If you were a Republican, you didn't want to see Joe Biden win the presidency, correct? All right.
Sure.
The point is, we know that he did, and we also know that we've got three Supreme Court justices that maybe Democrats wouldn't have wanted, but we accept that, and we know the truth. Those Supreme Court justices exist. Those energy fields exist. I'm going to start talking this way because I think that you humans on Earth need to hear this. Those energy fields are in place. Those energy signatures is what they actually are. They're energy signatures. If they didn't exist on Earth, that energy would be somewhere else in this universal sector. Okay, that's something I can give you right now. So it would pop out over here, would pop in over here, just so you know. Okay, it's almost like a piece of cheese that is completely done. Okay, it's just got to hang out for as long as it hangs out, and everything that's going inside is just whatever it is. All right, so what was I even saying, enemy? I've completely lost my train of thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
You're talking about, basically reality, right? What how we perceive reality, or the reality that we want to see versus what.
Right. Okay. So the thing is this: we can all agree. I think most of us that are not completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs are able to know, okay, what the truth is.
I mean, that's 50% of America, though. Like, I don't know how much of the world population, but at least 50% of America is eating Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. So
one day we're gonna have to really sit down and have a conversation. But listen, enemy, we have talked about this already. I am going to be throwing a cobbler party with Alan here. It's going to be called the Church of the Epiphany Party. And I would like to invite you
that sounds amazing.
to come by.
I would love. Is this an in-person party or is it like a virtual party?
As soon as they clear everything, I would love for you to come over with 10 of your best friends. Only the cool ones, please. We don't want any assholes. Promise.
I don't know if I have any asshole best friends.
Okay.
They haven't revealed themselves to me yet if they are, you know.
I love it.
You know, like that's how I feel.
So we're gonna get together. We're gonna have a really good time. I'm gonna while I've got you here, I'm going to look at the chat because I have a feeling that okay, we see LaQuay, we've got G Savory, we've got. Are you talking to me on the phone and chatting at
Maybe.
the same time?
You know.
Okay.
You gotta keep it live. Gotta keep it live.
Right. You can do two things. Unlike me, you can do two things at the same time. Okay, that's nice to know.
I told you I have like 5 streams. I mean, I have 3 other streams open right now.
You're hired, okay?
This is how I function.
Well, listen, it's been wonderful talking to you. We're at the end of the show, and I want to thank you so much for bringing your light to the show, and I hope that something I've said has been an inspiration. I know some things that you've said have been an inspiration for me.
You always, honestly, you and Ellen and Alex, have been inspiring. You know, and your network of friends as well. You know, Wendy and LJ and Tony and other people. You know, they're all. You know, they've all been. You've all been teaching lessons. You know, to me throughout this whole. Ever since I've known you. So that's why I keep coming back, because I'm always learning. So the pleasure's all mine, and thank you for having me, and I'll continue to be here.
Thank you so much for your honesty and your transparency, and for bringing your light to the Allen Show night after night, and we truly appreciate it. And one day we're all going to be standing at the Hollywood Bowl enjoying a nice in-person event. Aren't you excited about that?
Maybe Mavericks Flat, maybe.
Well, you know, I think that will be the first week before the Hollywood Bowl. Mavericks Flat seems like it could be in the nearer future. So, I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank everyone that's been on tonight. I want to thank G Silvo, LaQuay, of course. I'm my worst enemy for being on the chat and chatting on the phone. And I want to wish everyone a wonderful night from the Allen Show. Please tune in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Pacific time, where we get together and we just do family things. It's going to be Family Friday, and Lady Robin will be in asking her risque Robin questions. And
don't sound very. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know if those are family friendly. I would call that family friendly. Okay. I like them. I like the questions, 100%.
You do? I can tell you like them.
Well, because I get to talk about how wild I was as a kid. Those questions are amazing.
When you were a kid, you're still a kid.
No. I mean, to most people, I'm old shit.
Excuse me, but wait till you're 5,000. Okay, well, I'm not quite 5,000. I'm, 4,999. But anyway, I've got to get to my food. I want to thank you for calling in, and we'll talk very soon. And
we'll talk soon.
Have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right.
I'll be in chat. Have a good night.
Peace, love, and pie.
Bye.
Talk to you later. All right, and there you have it. We truly appreciate all of you for being here with us. I'm Epiphany, and I think that you know that I am the hostess with the mostest. We have had 2 wonderful conversations. I want to encourage you. We're doing this every Thursday night. Alan is paying a lot of money to be me in here. Please give me a call. We can talk about any and everything, but mainly I want to channel a little message of love for you. Guess what? Out of all of those sperms, you're the one that got into the egg. So you already won. Take the pressure off. Enjoy it, okay? I love you so much. Take good care of yourself. Good night.
We're gonna do a raid.
Oh,
So
you know what?
hold it down for like 30 more seconds and I'll flip it.
Okay, now you know what? I am so excited about this because I was just told by LaQuay our new format is so exciting because we have curated for you a little landing, a little soft landing that I think you're going to really enjoy. And what that means is we're going to do what's called rating someone else who, and we're not going to just raid you onto some bullshit. We're gonna raid you onto something that is quite nice. So we're gonna land you into another world that you can enjoy. Last night we jumped onto this kid who's out of Paris, and he does dance music when he wakes up in the morning. I don't know, first thing in the morning doing dance music, dance DJ music. It doesn't sound like my kind of fun. I prefer to just go out onto the holodeck and enjoy a nice round of exercise with my regimen that I got from K445. It's the best. Anyway, enjoy this raid. I want to thank LaQuay for being the best producer and taking such great care of Alan. And I want to thank you for coming to the show and for bringing your light. LaQuay, do you want to give me a thumbs up when when the raid is complete? I'm gonna wait here until LaQuay puts something into the chat. I also want to thank G Sovo for coming on and bringing light into the chat. I appreciate you, love you very much. And I'm here for you, everyone. Epiphany is here for you. Tell your friends, have them call Epiphany. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday nights. I think you could end up having some very, 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 very good wise counsel if you do. Okay, so good night, everyone. Thank you. And cobblers, be kind to each other as you know you should. And I'm gonna go be kind to someone right now. I'm not gonna wait any longer. Good night. Thought I was done. Okay, so LaQuay, where are you? LaQuay. This is what music sounds like in some other star systems. I kid you not, and I actually have learned to love it. I don't know. These kind of things are. While we're waiting for LaQuay to get the raid complete, and I know he's chosen something unbelievable for you. I also want to thank Gerard, my younger brother, for bringing his light and music to the Alan Show every night. You know, when I'm up in the spaceship looking down, part of my heart gets pulled because I'm an aspect of Alan. I'm the feminine aspect of Alan, and it gets pulled down into the space, and I see Gerard, and I just get excited. He's really putting in a lot of work and doing quite well. And the thought of him and his fiance, Robin, that's Risque Robin to the rest of you, it's pretty cool. It's really, 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 really cool. So all right, everyone, thank you so much. I'm gonna sign off. Mwah.